Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back through daily crypto news and analysis. Today we are going to be talking about Hedera Hashgraph, or HBAR, as we do close in on some key levels. So with that being said, let's refresh the market. We are currently still up about 2.29%, up to about a $2.24 trillion overall global market cap for crypto. Now, in regards to everything, I'm going to be talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum here very shortly, but I am also going to be talking exclusively about Hedera Hashgraph as we do close in on 28 cents. We are up about 4.85% on the 24-hour period, up about 13.24% on the 7-day span. We are moving significantly now. I mean, overall, the price action has been increasing very well. There's a few things in regards to the price action that I do want to mention before we actually talk about the charts. So with that being said, let's actually talk about them. So first and foremost, I do want to talk about this tweet here. This is a video from Barbarian, basically quoting Lehman Baird. Now we do see here, Hedera Hashgraph is governed by large companies, but also academic institutions. University College London and London School of Economics are both governing council members. Furthermore, Lehman Baird has revealed that another universities are in the pipeline. Now listen closely.
We welcomed the London School of Economics, one of the top universities in the world, top 10 in economics, world leader. We also have University College of London. We have other universities in the pipeline. We welcomed the London School.
So now, obviously, there is a lot more in order to get there, but there's a lot of stuff that is happening behind closed doors, and I'm actually going to talk about that just with this tweet here. So listen closely to this video as well.
This is a huge thing. There are companies I can't even talk about. I'll only mention three, but there's a Fortune 500 company that's doing VAT payment tracking on EU cross-border. So in the European Union, things that go across borders, you have to track the value-added tax, and they're doing this using Hedera for process integrity to stop fraud and to make things efficient and fast. And just two other I lied, it wasn't a Fortune 500 company, it's a Fortune 10 company. Big company working on a product engine that leverages HTS and HCS, both our tokens and our consensus put together, and doing this to optimize workflows and doing this as a service to other companies, other enterprises, other startups. And then there's a Fortune 500 company doing NFTs for fashion and for collectibles. You have DLA Piper. This is one of our council members doing tokenization for fine art. They've got deals in the pipeline for hundreds of millions of dollars, but they're in a market that's trillions of dollars. This is big. DLA Piper is doing this. They're right at the forefront. One of the world's largest legal firms, they're doing tokenization for this. We have EDF, who's created markets in trading energy offsets, carbon credits, those sorts of things, renewable energy credits, RECs. And so REC DeFi, they're doing this. Very exciting, very green. Not only do we use a low amount of energy and offset what we use, we have people building on top of us that are doing amazing things. And EDF is one of these, just doing amazing green things to reduce climate gases, reduce greenhouse gases. You have Standard Bank. They are a member that is working on identity to allow new kinds of things all across the entire continent of Africa, in allowing new services to reach people that have never been able to do it before. Identity becomes the key to that, and they're doing identity, and they're using Hedera to do it.
So I just want to say, and I actually just want to talk about this for a second. So I've been talking about Hedera Hashgraph for a very long time on this channel, and I understand that there has been a lot of people who have been waiting for HBAR to actually truly take off. A lot of people have been, kind of watching my videos saying, when is this going to move? Has been sitting stable. What's happening? Well, first off, it's being utilized on the back end. Okay, he just said that. It's basically there. Now, the one thing that I want to talk about is just this. Listen closely to what he says here.
This is a huge thing. There are companies I can't even talk about. I'll only mention three.
Companies that he can't even talk about. The reason why I want to quote that one more time is because when we're talking about these assets, when we're talking about Hedera Hashgraph, there is large amounts of NDAs that they have to sign. They cannot release that, information. It's non-disclosure agreements. That is what he's basically saying here as well. And these are Fortune 500, Fortune 10 companies that are doing absolutely incredible things. They are building on the back end of things very silently, very quietly, and they are building with HBAR. They are utilizing Hedera Hashgraph on a day-to-day basis, powered by HBAR. He's talking about Rectify, which is all energy. It's all built around carbon credits. Carbon credits are going to be a huge thing. He's also talking about art. He's talking about standard bank. He's talking about identities, traceabilities, all these things that are going to be the future in regards to tokenization and the consensus service. Hedera Hashgraph and HBAR, I cannot tell you how undervalued this asset actually is. And I do think that at some point in time, a lot of people are going to truly realize how big HBAR is once we finally break out, in which I do want to talk about right now, because we have broken above a key support zone again. And I've told you guys for the last couple days, the last couple weeks as well, that we have been riding the 200-day MA, and we are continuing to ride this. We broke down a little bit below it, retested the 100-day MA, and bounced off of it significantly. And now we are continuing that upward trend. We are sitting at about 23 or 27 cents, 27.3 actually. Now, in regards to this, I don't think that we really need to wait too much longer. I've said it multiple times. I don't think that we need to wait much longer at all, because I think that by the middle of September, I do think that the price appreciation for HBAR is going to be caught up very fast. There's a lot of things happening in the market right now that is pretty much telling us, hey, we're about to have a major move in the market where it's a major shift. We even see with Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin, yeah, it hit a little bit of some resistance points up here before it could actually pass that 50.5K zone. We were still above 50K today. We are making moves in the market. We have bounced off of solid support on Bitcoin. We have bounced off of solid support on even HBAR every single time that we move down. Like, look at this. We bounced significantly off of almost the 25-cent zone for major support, and we have jumped significantly up to 27 some cents. JigStack is making some moves for anybody who is in JigStack. We even see Bitcoin dominance making some moves down to almost my X point, right? I've said, even in regards to where we actually landed on this in terms of overall the zone, it is not even support. Even going back all the way back here, this is still not even support. So there is actually no support holding dominance here. It might have found a little bit of a support zone, but I still think that this gets broken very easily within the coming days, and we retest down here at this major support, because we did hit resistance here. Now, in regards to Bitcoin dominance, it's very good to see Bitcoin dominance dropping as Bitcoin is going up in price, because guess what else is going up in price? Ethereum. Ethereum has rose significantly. We are almost at the 4K zone, and we are only roughly about $800 away from our all-time high that we printed back all the way in May. Now, in regards to this, Ethereum dominance is also skyrocketing, as I have been telling you guys to watch out for and actually keep a close eye on, as we do retest almost the all-time high for this as well back in May. And guess what was happening in May for HBAR? Well, good question. We were nearly at our breaking point for the all-time high, as we do see on May 13th. Look at May 13th here, right? This is that nice green candle. Look at May 13th. Even for Ethereum, which this was Ethereum right here. Ethereum was dropping. A lot more money was flowing out of Ethereum and also Bitcoin into large cap assets like HBAR. Now, in regards to Ethereum dominance on the 13th was here. It kind of started to drop. So did Bitcoin, actually, realistically, on the 13th. If we do look at Bitcoin, this is pretty much the 13th right here. It was actually dropping all the way down to about roughly almost $46,000. Now, in regards to this, I do think that we are going to see some major price appreciation for HBAR very shortly, because even if we look at the dollar, right, the dollar is falling, and it actually doesn't really have much support zones left after this. I mean, a few there are, but I think that we still retest the 100 and the 200-day MA and eventually break those and retest my X point down here at about 89.52. And I do think that by the time that we get down here, it will be significantly later in the months, even maybe into October, November. But I think by that time, all of these altcoins, the entire crypto market will be extremely different. I think that we will be a lot higher. Now, of course, when we're talking about this, we also have to talk about the indices, right? The indices actually had an incredible rally today. We do see that the Dow Jones almost hit its all-time high again. We also see that the Nasdaq has been ranging around that all-time high as well, and so is the S&P 500. All three of these have not been, breaking out of their all-time highs yet, and they've actually been consolidating with crypto around these highs. So I do think that it is only a matter of time before stocks and also crypto rally together at some point in time. But I also think that at some point in time, HBAR very soon here, by the middle of September to the end of September, is going to have a major breaking point, as we even do see it appreciating in price. I mean, this is a solid pattern that we're trading in right now. And I do think that even in regards to these videos back here, right, these are a tell sign that Hedera Hashgraph is being built from the ground floor up behind closed doors. And also, there's non-disclosure agreements, obviously, as we do mention here. I even mentioned non-disclosure agreements from a very long time ago, but it is clear and evident to see that Fortune 500 and Fortune 10 companies are choosing Hedera Hashgraph. We've seen companies moving from, even Ethereum over to HBAR. That is no joke. That should not be undermined, especially considering the fact that Ethereum has a market cap of nearly $500 billion. At $500 billion, we would be well worth over $100 plus. So in regards to HBAR, the price appreciation still looks good. The charts look good. The charts for everything looks good right now. Everything looks solid. And honestly, I do think that if Ethereum could break out of $4,000, so we'll just keep a close eye on this line here at roughly $4,000. I think if we could break above this, we could see that nice rally to the all-time high, and we could have a solid weekend if we could see that breaking point tomorrow. Now, obviously, Fridays, during the end of Fridays, they're fairly volatile, and we could always see volatile price action over the weekend, but I still think that we are ranging to have an incredible September and also an incredible fall, which I've said multiple times. We had a great, end of the summer. I said August could be great, and August was great. Even realistically speaking, if we start all the way back, I mean, look at this. So this was July, right? The end of July was incredible for us. We even see August, right? I said August is going to be a huge month. Look at what August printed for us. Even going back to HBAR, look at what August printed for us. This is July, right? This is the end of July, beginning of August. Look at where we went. I've said it multiple times. People don't want to listen. It's totally fine. You don't have to listen to me. I mean, it's totally fine. I get it. But realistically speaking, when we're talking about this, we have been following the 200-day MA for a very long time on HBAR. It's only a matter of time before we get that nice volume flow. Right now, Hedera Hashgraph doesn't really have too much volume in it. I mean, realistically speaking, let's go over to Hedera Hashgraph. Let's see the daily volume, right? So the daily volume right now, 24-hour span, it's about $312.9 million for the 24-hour period, right? Things look incredible. Things are moving very fast as well. Now, we are up about 37% on the volume flow. We are up over 100 million because we've been sitting around 200 million for the last couple weeks. So the volume has been inflowing. Now, we are only at $312.7 million for volume. Now, I just want to tell you guys right now. So we have roughly about 9 billion in circulating supply. So let me find something that actually has a significant supply similar to ours. I do think that maybe... Let's see. I think maybe the best option would probably be Polygon, right? I think Polygon has roughly, so they have about 6.6 billion. That's totally fine. So realistically speaking, look at the volume, right? We're at 300 and I think it was 80, million. They're at 1.1, almost 1.2 billion dollars in volume in just a 24-hour span. So just imagine, right? When more and more volume actually flows into HBAR, and say for so we get 1.3 billion, right? That's massive for us. And I do think that it is only a matter of time before we get to that point. The pinnacle of success for Hedera Hashgraph will be built on the overall FOMO events that happen, GC members quarter four updates regarding sharding and stuff like that. But also, we have a lot more news to actually have come out, especially in regards to the whole NDA stuff, because who knows what is going to be happening in the coming months that will lead us into one of the greatest bull runs in crypto history. So with that being said, I think everything looks great. I think Hedera Hashgraph looks extremely bullish as well. A lot of things are moving very fast. I hope that you all accumulate it. Even if you haven't accumulated, think about buying more HBAR because it is severely undervalued, and I can't tell you guys that enough. So with that being said, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys don't want free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.